Okay, brethren, please let us just start with a word of prayer. Let us bow our heads where we are. Let us pray. Gracious, loving Father, please be with us right now as we enter into your word. Give us proper understanding, develop our thoughts, and help us to prepare for what is soon to come upon all of us. We need you, loving Father, to make preparation be real in our existence and to give us the understanding that we are being prepared because the end is swiftly coming. And so we thank you very much for hearing us and giving us your spirit of truth right now through Jesus Christ our Savior. Amen. Amen. Okay, my dear brethren, there are so many things going on today in this world that I just don't know where to start to tell you all. Just 1 week has passed. Just 1 week has passed. And now not only terrible destructions are taking place upon the face of this earth, physical destructions, but there is a rapid move to change the U.S. Constitution, which we know must happen before the everlasting covenant is broken globally. There's a movement moving on to change the U.S. Constitution. There's a big fight going on right now in the United States. We are not told to look to Europe, to look to Russia, or to look to China. In the Bible, we have to look to the beast with the lamb-like horns that came up out of the earth. And we have to see what is taking place there. Because that beast will have miracles worked to sustain what it is supposed to do upon the face of the earth in the very last days. And that is how history will end. And so, let me just briefly fill you in on some of the terrible things that have been going on. We know it is a fight between the right and the left, as they call it. The right will involve evangelicals and Catholics, and in the United States, nationalists, those who want to preserve the nation, and the left will involve communism, socialism, and a whole host of thousands of organizations funded by the international bankers, organizations that are meant to destroy rights and freedoms and to bring about a new world order. And this fight has been heating up in the United States. We have organizations like Antifa, Black Lives Matter, on.com, and we also have a strange thing taking place where Google, Facebook, Twitter, and now search engines like Mozilla Firefox and others have united in one big block to destroy what they call conservative views. So any view that is conservative, if you say marriage is between a man and a woman, they are trying to block you now. If you say you must serve God and sodomy is wrong, they call that hate speech. If you are white in color and you say anything, just being white makes it hate speech. Let me just give you one statement here. Black Lives Matters founder, or Black Lives Matter is funded by George Soros, a Hungarian Jew, who is using Rothschild's money to create the New World Order. That is a blasphemous statement and a most racist statement to see. Because in God's kingdom, all lives matter. And that's what we will be talking about. We'll be talking about the seventh-day Sabbath only shows that, the seventh-day Sabbath shows that no gods matters. The seventh-day Sabbath shows only God matters. And the seventh-day Sabbath also shows all sinners matters. Because all lives matters. That's what we want to look at from the seventh-day Sabbath. Continuing our study from last week. And we are being told here by the Black Lives founder, a woman, white speech is hate speech. No First Amendment rights. If you're white and they say anything, they're saying that the Constitution of the United States doesn't cover you. So now they are suddenly becoming the judge as to who have freedom and who don't have freedom. And these things are influencing politics. And there's a move now to change the United States. In fact, one of the latest things they have done is that they have said anybody who had slaves of the American founding fathers should be removed from history. So you have the Washington Monument. They are now calling for it to be removed. And their movement started to remove it. You have Abraham Lincoln, this huge statue. Somebody went and defaced it. And they're now calling for it to be removed. You have Mount Rushmore, a huge mountain with the faces of various presidents carved out. They're now calling for it to be destroyed. They want them to remove Thomas Jefferson, remove Abraham Lincoln, remove George Washington, because they said they have slaves. But here's the trick behind it all. If these men are responsible for the Constitution of the United States, and they are responsible for the freedoms that have preserved the world from communist tyranny, and anything they say is hate speech, then the whole Constitution will have to change. So there's a movement to change the Constitution. It is a sorrowful thing, but then, by the providence of God, that Donald Trump has to find himself fighting against all of this. But God took a strong man and put him there in power at this point in time. So there are certain riots that have happened in a place in Virginia called Charlottesville. They've used this as a launching pad to bring all their evils to change America. I was walking in Port Spain on Independence Square just by Henry Street. And I'm walking quick, fast, very fast. And a guy passed in a car driving and shouted out my name. He said, "Medina, look at Charlottesville." In other words, he's telling me, look at white supremacist racism. In other words, white people are racist, and probably the Bible is a white man book. So he shouted out at me. And then I stopped and I thought, how easy it is for the population to be fooled by propaganda. We have certain lying media, and I'm tired telling you people here that CNN is a lying media. They lie often, they lie plenty. Out of the 400 million people alive in the United States, they don't even have 900,000 people looking at them. But we in the Caribbean, because they bring them on the major stations and look at them, it is a propaganda organization run by Jews, populated by a lot of Jewish newscasters, and the aim is to make us think a certain way to prepare us for the New World Order. So they lie and they lie and they lie. MSNBC also. Those are the facts that you need to know. The BBC, you always hear the BBC says this, the BBC is run by British Muslims who are under propaganda too. Corrupt organizations. Just last week they showed some woman here giving the news. And while they're giving the news, they're watching porn. Until it come over to millions. And they quickly had to change it in the background. These organizations are lying organizations. And you need to wake up. Do not listen to them. Do not believe them. No matter if you don't know the real facts, still don't believe them. Suspend your judgment. Because when you're investigating, what really happened here is what happened. There's a statue of what you call General Lee. General Lee was one of the major leaders when there was the Civil War in the United States, when the South tried to break away from the North. And so you have a large amount of statues all over America of what they call the heroes of the Civil War in America. And heroes of people who defeated it. They have them all over America. It's part of their history. But in Virginia, the governor there, who is a Hillary Clinton man, a very corrupt man, who had 8 million false votes. What did I just say? 8 million false. Printed before the election to slip in to make Hillary win Virginia, and she did win Virginia. That governor there had a plan to do certain things to stop a rally that was taking place by people in America. And I'm not going to use the propaganda terms the media using white supremacists. It wasn't a question of white supremacists. It's a question of people wanting to preserve their history with the statue. Whether they are white or black, all lives matter. And everybody have their freedom under God and their freedom under the US Constitution to say and to march and so on. So they got a permit to march. And when they got a permit to march, the governor of the state and the mayor threatened to take it away. They removed the permit. So they got 2 organizations. One is the Rutherford, if I remember well, and the ACLU to fight to get them to keep the permit. They went before the court, and a federal judge, notice, a federal judge declared that if you take away their permit, it will be discrimination, because they have their rights too. And so they were given back the permit to go and march. Now I have video footage of everything, and I spoke about it for the Sunday radio program, and I will make that into a video and I'll put it up on the web for people to see, with all the video footage. As the people came out there to rally in a square, which you have a permit to do, and also they were meeting there to discuss another meeting they were to have. The mayor gave permits to Antifa and Black Lives Matters to go and march also and protest also. You know it will create conflict. You know that Antifa, anti-fascism as they call themselves, behave more like fascists. And you know they are very violent people. They always walk with little bottles of acid. They walk with baseball bat. CNN didn't tell you how much people they throw acid in their face. CNN didn't tell you how much people they beat with bats. They didn't tell you that. In fact, let me show you something. Let me show you something. I need to show you this. And while all this is going on, the evangelicals are getting on angry and say they're not turning back and they're not going to lose what they have gotten so far. They say they're not going to lose it. Because terrible things are going on. Yes. Hold on. Washington Post. Washington Post. Washington Post, a premier news group. I quote Washington Post. Here, watch. Physical violence from Antifa is ethically consistent in order to stop white supremacists. Have you ever heard this? The media is saying Antifa should use violence and it is all right. Did you see what's going on here? Another social media site asked, is it okay to punch Nazis? Yes.
So then my question was
yes.
whether it is the judge give Antifa the right to go and protest.
The governor.
And the Black Lives Matter
the governor.
to go and protest, which is two different groups.
Which is, hold on, the one they call white nationalists, but it is really unite the right. That is the right. That is the opposing group they call it white nationalists. Right. Unite the right.
Right.
But those who believe in right are not only white people.
Right.
That's a shame to say only white people could believe in right. What about us? Can you not believe in right?
Yes.
Of course. Right? So unite the right against all these others. But here's the point. The governor or the mayor and whoever gave permit for Antifa, Black Lives Matter to protest know very well the violent nature of these organizations spurred on by the media. And you know if you give them the permit to march here, they will fight. They will fight. If you want to avoid the clash, don't give them, say, okay, you all are going to protest, I'm not ready, you all are going to protest. That's it.
So then that was a conspiracy.
Yes. But here's the shocking thing. Here's the shocking thing. Pay attention. Here's the shocking thing. It so happened that as the people were there, a special military police came. I have the video footage of them. Not the regular police. Statements here on the phone shows that the regular police were told to stand down. Why would you tell the regular police to what? Stand down. Because you want a clash. So the regular police are there to stop whatever is happening because the police are supposed to keep law and order.
Yes.
But the statement comes to them, stand down. So they back down. Then a new kind of police, military police, properly in black with all their protection, with cans of pepper spray and baton, and also things they use to shock people with electricity. Tasers came and tell them, well, you have to stop this stuff. We have an order, federal order it is to stop. So the people said, well, no, look, we have a federal order, our permit. We have a federal permit. They said, you have a federal order for you to stop. The people said, we're not backing down. We have our permit. Now, who broke the law there was not the people. Who broke the law was the police. Because you can't just come and say you have an order for the people to stop after they have the permit, which they were awarded twice. They got it from the government, and secondly, they got it from the what? Courts. The federal courts. You can't just come and tell them, you the police, that special police, are breaking the law. And here's what they did. I have everything on video footage. They run in and start to beat the people. Unite the right. Spray them with pepper spray and drive them out of the square into the area where Antifa was waiting for them. And Black Lives Matter. And that is how the fight started. Because as the people reach out, Black Lives Matter And Antifa started beating people with baseball bats. You have video footage of that. And throw acid in people's face. And spray them with mace. And a whole set of things. And that's how the fight started. But anyhow, United Right was able to defend themselves and put a song licking on Black Lives Matter and Antifa. That is what happened. That is what happened. But all of a sudden now, somebody in a car drive this car and ran the car into what they say was Black Lives Matter and Antifa. I have all the video footage. The person who drives that car was deliberately trying to create trouble, but he still didn't drive and just rush and knock people on the sea. He used a little measure of restraint. Perhaps he knew what he was doing. Then the media come and say, look, white supremacists do it. Look, you see, United Right, white supremacists, Nazi. And they come over on CNN and people sit down and they believe in a lie. And the Bible says you will not be saved if you believe what? But what happened is when the police investigated, they found that the young boy who drove the car, 20 years old, is a Hillary supporter. And had receipts from Antifa. He is an Antifa member. But the media didn't say that. They didn't say that. In fact, the man who was behind the meeting, a man by the name of Jason Kessler, he was the major speaker, but he was one behind. Jason Kessler, the organizer of the meeting, he actually worked for Obama. He actually worked for Obama and the Occupy movement just a few months ago. And he's a professional activist, a social engineer who whips up big events on the world stage in order to achieve highly visible outcomes that can be seized by the mainstream media to condemn Trump supporters by labeling them racist and KKK. That's the kind of guy who was behind it. So the whole thing was a stage event. So when the president came and said he condemned violence on all sides, they were so angry. They said, why you didn't say white supremacists? But you see, as a president, you cannot afford to follow the lies of the media. You're supposed to know better. And they put pressure on him. So he came and he said, well, he condemned white supremacists and he condemned KKK for violence. And when he said that afterwards, first when he said he condemned all sides, on all sides, they attack him. So he came and he said, well, he condemned white supremacists, KKK and so on. They still attack him, you come too late. Then he came back the third time and he hit them so bad. He says, why you didn't show what Antifa was doing? Why you didn't show how they throw acid in people's face? Why you didn't show the whole thing was a stage event? Why you didn't show all of that? And he hit the media and he called him, you are fake news. Latest news now, the Democrats have drawn up a document trying to get the president impeached because of his statement. Have you ever heard anything as outrageous as this? So you see, you have to understand, do not be fooled, but it has triggered off a lot of movements. Because some people, protesters, rush into the Smithsonian Institute and demanded certain presidents be removed. Their statues be removed. This is a matter of historicism. So why should you remove it? And all of a sudden, listen, let me tell you something. Black Lives Matter doesn't care about black people. It's a propaganda fund used by Jews. You must not allow yourself to be used by wealthy interests. It's against your own well-being. If the Constitution goes, everybody will suffer. They're trying to take away free speech so that you won't be able to give the final message. They don't want to hear it. So now there are big movements. Let me tell you something. Google has become part of one of the world's most evil institutions. upon the face of the earth with Monsanto. And in August the 21st, there was supposed to be marches on Google by the millions in major cities of the United States. But because of threats of violence and Antifa, they stopped it. Do you see that? Marching on Google, they call that racism. If you're against what they're doing, they call that racism. I didn't know when Google was a race. But you see, it's the misdirection of the mind of the people by the media. You all here must not be gullible to the media. Be just gullible to the Bible. And that is not gullibility anyhow, because God makes you think for yourself. What do you say? They try to appeal to people's racist sentiments. The most racial people right now in the United States are these Black Lives Matter people. Yes.
The guy who showed up, you know, look at what going on in Sabbath. He is supposed to tell me stop watching CNN.
He banned so far. And I can't behave like him.
Well, you know what Google was going on for?
Google has decided to block every conservative site now. So if you come and say marriage is between a man and a woman, Google decided to block it. And they have started already. There's a health reformer news. This health news shows us what they're doing to destroy our health. They have already removed 98% of all their documents and their videos, which have been there for more than 10 years. 10 years of material, all deleted, which will upgrade your own health if you learn about it. The Health Ranger. That's what they have done. Paul Watson Joseph, who exposes them in his own crude way, they get rid of him too. Even Alex Jones, who marching, get hot coffee thrown in his face. So the point they're looking at here is who is the violent people? Who is the anarchist? Who is the fascist? They're lying to you all, but then something strange happened. Let me just show you something here. Something strange happened. While all this is going on, there's a woman by the name of Michelle Bachmann. You may have heard of her. She was one of the presidential candidates on the Republican side. A very powerful woman. She's Jewish, but she's a Christian. Listen to this. Michelle Bachmann to become Religious Right Ministries pastor to the United Nations. So now she has been elected to serve as a pastor for the United Nations. What does this mean? The evangelicals mean to take over the world. And they decide, let me read again. Michelle Bachmann is heading a right-wing mission to the UN in preparation for the end times. They all know it is the end times and that something is going on. So what have they done? They're set now. I have Porter Shield here also speaking, where they say they're not backing down and they're moving to take over the world. So there are movements that take over the world. You need to know how late time is. Your Adventist organization wouldn't tell you this, because they're lost in darkness. The current president of the General Conference, Ted Wilson, is the son of Neil C. Wilson, who was president 24 years and who led the Adventist Church to give gold medals to the Pope and sent embassy to the papacy when Mrs. White says, you cannot even do things like that to them. They are the enemies of the gospel. They're the ones Satan has caused more than 100 million people to die by. And more millions are going to die. And you go and meeting with them and fraternizing with them. They won't help you. They cannot help you. You want help? You need to find it in the scriptures. What do you see? And this is the reason why we exist. We exist as an independent church, independent of conference control, where we have our freedom and we can do that which is right in the eyes of God. What do you say? Without being interfered with by them. Is that understood, my dear brethren? And this is why we warn you, trouble is coming. Real trouble is happening. And we want to show you, therefore, why the Sabbath only matters for us. So somebody come and say, Sunday, we say, the Sabbath only matters. But the one we use matters, we use it more than God.
Let's just watch what is that means and the more that is something, it just reminds me of the Jews on the western one, nodding their head and thinking about whatever it is that they're thinking about the God there. And then after the private matters, and preparing for Sophia to come, or Shekinah to come, which is the Messiah, which is the evil half of the God to come, which is Satan and the Leviathan.
So the Jews have their own fiction that they want to present.
Yeah.
And bring out false ideas. Now remember we looked at this last week. Yes.
In respect to the evangelicals.
Turn to Isaiah 24. Yes, sir. Yes.
The evangelicals is the ones who you told us was pushing for Trump. So at this stage, you are saying that they're determined to carry out whatever their plans was. Is it that they're seeing that he is failing, or is it that they want to get somebody else? Where are they?
Sister, listen to me. Let me tell you all this. Watch out for trouble coming in September in the United States. In September, a rally is planned in Washington, D.C. in support of Donald Trump. Millions are prepared to come. Millions. What shocked the media is, although he made a statement, is that more people started to support him.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So he has gotten more powerful now with what he has said. That's right. So what is going to happen now is trouble. Because George Soros, I have statements from George Soros outside of America now. He's not in America now because he's wanted, saying that he's going to bring that president down. In fact, I have one of the media calling for the assassination of the president, which really and truly is a crime that they should lock you up, that they just lock people up for life for. And this media man do it and he gets away with it. But the president just only said both sides did wrong and they want to get rid of him for it. This is the horrible things that have been going on. So you live in a world where changes are taking place and you're not going to see peace forever. Right now in Trinidad we have a certain measure of social peace. But that peace wouldn't last forever. Because peace is going. And all the elements, as Mrs. White prophesied before, is becoming agitated. And with that agitation, trouble is coming. Are you listening to me, my dear brethren? And this is why we ask of you to learn the scriptures well. Learn what we have been talking about well. Is that understood? Remember we studied this last week. Let's just take a brief review of this here. In Isaiah 24, 1 to 6. We asked, what is to come? And we saw the Bible tells us that there will be an attempt to destroy the everlasting covenant, which we found out in the Bible was the 7th-day Sabbath. Let's read this here again in Isaiah 24, 1 to 6. Behold, Yahweh maketh the earth empty and maketh it waste and turneth it upside down and scatter abroad the inhabitants thereof. Did you just see that? How can Yahweh scatter abroad the inhabitants thereof? All you have to do as the earth is turning on its axis, just stop. The sudden stop will cause people to pitch all over the place. All you do is you just need a major earthquake and people will pitch all over the place. Or as Jeremiah said, a global hurricane will come and it will cause people to pitch all over the place. Or as the Bible says, if you just turn the earth upside down, North Pole, South Pole, watch. You will find people in England and in the Caribbean. Bodies mash up though. You will find people in the Caribbean and Hawaii. Bodies mash up though. Anybody fly, anything in the air will see bodies flying like Superman in the air. Only one thing, they're not super. That is just what true. So here your Bible is telling you, listen to this. Do not follow what these people are telling you, these evangelicals are telling you. Watch your Bible. Your Bible has it serious and dangerous and real. And you know, if you want protection, you might as well get to know the real facts. What do you say? And understand what makes you worthy of protection. What do you say? And that's what it is. We are not going to fool people. We are not here to fool people. We are not here to trick people. We are not here for fame. We are not here for recognition. We are here that people may learn the real facts of salvation. And in learning, may be free from sin and experience salvation. What do you say? That's what we are here for. They didn't believe something serious like Tuesday could exist. Oh, you say them, oh, don't worry, they'll mash up, they'll mash up. All offshoot and all kind of rumors spread. And by 2017, we are more stronger than ever. And spreading also. And there will be a sudden spread, unprecedented in religious history. But you're learning for it now. What do you say? You're learning for it now. That's what you're learning for. That's why I told these sisters and them just now, I said, you have to find purpose as a Christian. You're not just here to sit on warm benches. You're not just here as an additional Christian, another person. You're here for a purpose. You have something great to do. The people that are called in these last days now each have something great to do. And the great thing you have to do will influence the globe. So once you're called, you're already a super agent for God. That's what Joel chapter 2 shows you. So you're not just called to be a weakling and afraid to do this, you're called to be strong. And do not be afraid, be strong. But never lose it, never lose your shyness. It's not weakness. It's a good thing to have. It's a form of chastity that preserves you. Is that understood, my dear brother? And this is the reason why you don't give those things up. As a Christian, what do you say? Now let's hear now, it says, scatter the people abroad, the inhabitants abroad. And here is who is going to face all of that, verse 2. And it shall be with the people, so with whom? The priest. Did you see that? As with the servant, so with his master. As with the maid, so with her mistress. As with the buyer, so with the seller. As with the lender, so with the borrower. As with the taker of interest rates, so with the giver of interest rates to him. That's what the word mystery means. Did you see that, my dear brethren? Did you just see that? It goes on. The land shall be utterly empty and utterly spoiled, for Yahweh had spoken this word. Who said it? Yahweh. And he cannot lie. That's the fact. That's what's going to happen. That's terrible. Why would Yahweh destroy the earth so much by even turning the North Pole to the South Pole? And causing millions of people to scatter all over the earth with one push? Why would he do that? What is so grievous for him to have such extremist action, if you were to call it quote and unquote? Let's see why. We continue. Verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth will languish. The earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have what? Transgressed the laws. What else? Change the ordinance. The actual word is statute. Same as law. Change the what? Statute. The actual Hebrew is pass over it. Because you really can't change God's law. God's law will always be God's law. You can attempt to change it by just passing over it. So the actual, more accurate phrase is pass over the statute. Broken the what? Everlasting covenant. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are what? Desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned and what? You see, my dear brethren, what is going to cause all of this? We have told they have changed or they have passed over the everlasting covenant. They have attacked the everlasting covenant. Now last week we showed you all from Exodus 31, 16 and 17, but the everlasting covenant in the Bible is the seventh day Sabbath. So God is saying He's going to destroy this world because they have transgressed the law, which is the what? Seventh day Sabbath. Notice this, which is the what? Seventh day Sabbath. Change or pass over the what? Statute, which is the what? Seventh day Sabbath. Broken what? The everlasting covenant, which is the what? Seventh day Sabbath. Therefore the curse at what? Devour the earth. You see the black clouds there? The inhabitants of the earth are what? Desolate. And therefore the inhabitants of the earth are what? Burned. So we are being told these things happen because of a global attack on the seventh day Sabbath. Did you hear that? So the seventh day Sabbath matters. That's the real issue now. You can have Black Lives Matter trying to tear down Abraham Lincoln's statue, but in the end, it boils down to the seventh day Sabbath. You may not be able to spiritually tie the two, but you should be able to by scripture. But that's where it's going to. That's what's going on. And we want you to understand this is the real issue that has happened. That's what we wanted to show you. Is that understood, my dear brethren? Next chart. We also showed you last week that the Bible spoke about the what? The new covenant. What did the Bible speak about? The new covenant. Now if the everlasting covenant, watch this. Watch me. From Adam. Watch. To eternity. If you have the everlasting covenant, which is the seventh day Sabbath, and that is the everlasting covenant, then any new covenant cannot be alongside the everlasting covenant, but has to be part of the what? Everlasting covenant. It has to fit into the everlasting covenant. That's what we studied last week. So an evangelical come and say, I am under a new covenant. But if you're under a new covenant, look, the seventh day Sabbath is the everlasting covenant. Are you saying you have two covenants existing alongside each other? Why are you saying you're destroying the everlasting covenant, which is the seventh day Sabbath, for some quote-unquote new covenant? We have shown you last week that the new covenant is explained that I will give my law into their hearts, and into their hearts I will write it, or write it in their minds. This is called the new covenant. So the new covenant is giving the law into the heart, writing it in the mind. And that new covenant is within the what? Everlasting covenant, which is the what? Seventh day Sabbath. So if you look in the seventh day Sabbath, you will find the new covenant. Amen, brethren? So if you're a new covenant church, you're supposed to be a seventh day Sabbath keeping church. Just that simple. Because the seventh day Sabbath matters. Is that understood? That's what you're supposed to be. Next shot. So we started to show about the seventh day Sabbath last week from the Bible. What it was all about. And here is what we found when we looked at it. Remember, brethren. We found that the seventh day Sabbath gave us the identity of the one what? True God. And his name was what? Yahweh. Did we find out? Yes, we did. We found that the seventh day Sabbath shows us that Yahweh is what? Creator. And we started to look and find that recreation is what? Justification. But if you say recreation, it's still creation. We also found that the seventh day Sabbath tells us 6 days you must work. And the 7 days you must not work, you must rest. So that the 7th day Sabbath commands how you should keep the 6 days of the week. And the 7th day, what do you say? How do we know we're supposed to work the 6 days? The 7th day Sabbath says it. Amen? But not the 7th day Sabbath. The 7th day Sabbath says it. That clause tells us that. So we found out that works in obedience to the law is what? Sanctification. So that the 7th day Sabbath also is a sign of sanctification. So it's a sign of Yahweh, we found out. It's a sign of creating justification. It's a sign of works to do, works not to do. On which day? Which day? Sanctification. We found that out last week. And we started to go to find out that justification was indeed recreation. Next shot. Take with me to Psalms 51. Psalms 51. Is this wrong? We read verse 10. Create in me a what? Clean heart, O God, and what? Renew a right spirit in me. Did you see that? So here is David explaining justification. God giving me a new heart. How do we know justification is God giving me a new heart? For to be carnally minded is death. For to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Therefore being what? Justified by faith, we have what? Peace with God, which means you must get a spiritual mind. Because to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So if creation gives you a new heart or a new mind, same thing, and it is justification that gives you that new mind, then justification is recreation. Amen. Since you say, I am on that new birth, what is the sign that you are in a new birth? Keeping the Sabbath. Because a godless man can't keep the Sabbath. Amen? Watch me carefully. So, the 7th day Sabbath, sign of Yahweh God, sign of justification, a sign also of what? Sanctification. And that's the reason why that day is so important to us. So that's why the Sabbath, the 7th day Sabbath matters. 7th day Sabbath only, what do we say? Amen. We found that out last week. Right. So, let's read what the new covenant is all about. In Hebrews 8. Turn to Hebrews 8. Go to the word. Creator would do that. When the Creator could come in a temple of flesh by his creative ability. So the incarnation, the sign of the incarnation is the Sabbath. I don't need to say Jesus as the Son of God or the Son of Man. Son of Man. Pointing to the fact that he's a creation, a body. Is Yahweh pointing to his divinity. Also of the word Sabbath. So really it's a sign of the incarnation. That's why you must remember the text that speaks about the incarnation, tying it into the Sabbath, is Mark chapter 2, 27 and 28. But Son of Man is Yahweh, God of the world, Sabbath. Right? So the incarnated God on the earth, his sign is what? The Sabbath. That's all it is saying. But the next time we'll touch that. Let's go now. New covenant. Let's read what it says in Hebrews chapter 8. You read verse 8 and then go to verse 10. For finding fault with them, he said, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Verse 10. For this is the covenant I will make with the house of Israel after those days, says Yahweh, I will put, or give us is the Greek word, my laws where? Into their minds. And what? Write them where? In their hearts. And I will be to them what? A God, and they shall be to me what? A people. This is the new covenant. So we focus on watch. New covenant. Watch it here. Gift of the law where? In the heart. Now how is the gift of the law in the heart justification? Your Bible tells you how. It tells us clearly, for the carnal mind is not subject to the what? Law of God. Or neither indeed what? Can be. So if you have the carnal mind, they cannot keep the law of God. Amen? Amen? But to keep the law of God, it must first be written where? In the heart. Amen? Because it's out of the abundance of the heart the person lives. So we are told the carnal mind is not subject to the law of God. But what causes the carnal mind to go and for you to get the spiritual mind? Justification. Therefore, being justified by faith, we have what? Peace with God. For to be spiritual minded is what? Life and peace. So justification gives you the spiritual mind. But since the carnal mind is not subject to the law of God, the spiritual mind is. Amen? So what gives you a mind subject to the law of God? Justification. So when you justify, you give it what? Spiritual mind, it is subject to the law of God. But how does it become subject to the law of God? You just put the law in your heart. I will give the law in your mind. See? That therefore is what? Justification. And the writing of it in the heart, that is a daily writing of it, keeping the law in your heart. Obviously, it is what? Sanctification. Through the same spirit of truth. Amen, brethren? And we have scriptures that show us that clearly. You know? Where it shows us that you're as a new creation, God writes the law in your heart through maintaining the new creature, the new creation, by the word of truth or by knowledge. And then remember it says everybody should know God. So the new covenant is knowing you what? True God, which is what? Yahweh. Which is who? Yahweh. So what? In the new covenant is the gift of the law in your heart. It is the writing of the law in your heart. It's knowing the true God. Gift of the law in your heart is justification. Writing the law in your heart is sanctification. Knowing the true God is Yahweh. And the 7th-day Sabbath teaches what? Justification, what else? Sanctification, what else? Yahweh as the true God. Therefore the new covenant is nothing but the what? 7th-day Sabbath. So it is a sign of the new covenant also. Is that understood, my dear brother? So in nowhere in the Bible was it intended for us to have the new covenant as something different to the 7th-day Sabbath. Because they go together. It's the same thing. Amen, brethren? Amen. Let me give you an illustration of writing the law in your heart. Psalms 119. Let me put on these scriptures here. Oh, let me take off. God says this time. Okay. Let me give you these scriptures. What are these scriptures in its order? Psalms 119, 11. Ephesians 5:26. Okay, you getting it? Psalms 4:08. Are you getting it? Psalms 37, 3031. Let's look at these scriptures, one after the other. Notice God says, I will write my law in your hearts, okay? Okay? Let us follow the biblical pattern of scripture with scripture. Light with light, making greater light. Let's see when we put these train of scriptures together, what light you get. Psalms 119:11 first. Follow the pattern in the Bible. Follow the pattern. I know some of them by heart, but still read it. I know it by heart, but I'm still reading it myself. 119:11. Have you found it? Thy word have I hid where? That I might not what? Say, hide the word of God in your heart. Now, hiding the word or treasuring up the word in your heart is not just like when you're justified. In justification, God gives you the word of God. He justifies you by His knowledge. But now you need to treasure it up or hide it in your heart. This means you need to meditate on the word of God daily. You need to study the word of God how? Daily. And gain the truths of the word of God in your mind. And keep them where? In your mind. Which means let the values that you learn in the word of God determine how you think and determine how you interpret your word. Determine how you interpret the things you see. So somebody comes to you to tempt you to do something wrong. You have a concept about the word of God in your mind that that is wrong. And you shouldn't be in transgression. Let that concept make you say no. Amen? Amen? Amen. Let that concept make you say what? No. Some people say, but it's hard. It's so hard. I have always asked people, when you say something is hard, we investigate and see what is hard. You will see it's not the doing of the right thing. What is hard is your unwillingness, right? To give up your wrong, to do the right. And this fight between in your mind, between two minds, a double-minded person. Should I or should I not? Should I or should I not? But I so want to do the wrong. But I so feel for that itself is what is hard. You look at that, and then you say it's hard. But really, nothing was really hard, you know. It's really your indecisiveness. That was the hard thing. But if you know what you want, and you dedicate yourself to that, nothing under the sun can make you do wrong. That's what we want today. 144,000 prepared to live with all kinds of sin around them, and you can't get it to do wrong by a fault. That's what you want. That's where this church is going. That's what this church is all about. That's what this church is all about. That's what we are all about. So what really is hard is your unwillingness. That is what is hard. And being unwilling is really hard because you're indecisive. You must remember, evil angels are like CNN and BBC. But after all, they work through them and you know. They put propaganda in your heart, and the propaganda makes you view your life a certain way. So watch you. They take the word hard. They say it's hard when they put hard. When they say hard, what is hard? Hard is, I can't do it. I can't do it. Can't do right. What is hard about that? When you really check it, that they have some wrong there. So evil angels say, no. Just view everything as hard. And when they view it as hard, they have an excuse not to do. That's why it's just it's a ruse, it's a deception. But we have to break all of that deception. What do you say? You have to break all of that deception. You have to mean it. What do you say? Yes, brother.
Yeah, Brian. Yes, Brian Aaron. What you see there is very true, because some months ago that pop up in my mind. But what did I say? What look at it in this light is that this, right? When the Spirit that which is coming through our sin, righteousness, and judgment, I like impression. So then I impulse, are supposed to that you lead to the will of God. But as a context, it is want to yield to the will of God. If it is that you choose to follow that impulse, but if you follow that impulse, then it's still small voice that the Holy Spirit are giving you counsels and guidances. Right? But if you want dualism in your mind, right? You want that dualism, yes. Go on to them and call evil good, yes, and good evil, yes. The two can evil do together. You want that dual aspect of things. You want the young.
What is dualism is really a theory of the truth and wrong. Right? So watch this now. Next, Ephesians 5:26. So, thy word have I hid where? In my heart, that I might not what? Sin against thee. Okay, now Ephesians 5:26. Let's compare it. 5:26. Notice what it says? That he might what? Sanctify. You hear the word? Sanctification we're dealing with. That he might what? Sanctify and what? Cleanse it with the what? Washing of water by the word. So water symbolizes the what? Word of God. So thy word have I hid in my heart that I might not what? Sin against thee. We are told the waters of the word wash you and cleanse you.
Amen.
Now it doesn't mean you're not clean when you're being washed under sanctification. It simply means it is washing out the old concepts from in your mind without you accepting it. Because remember, you are undergoing a what? A re-education. And as you're undergoing a re-education, you're washing out the old concepts from your mind with the word of truth. Which means you're settling into the truth so that it cannot be removed from it again. And notice the sanctification that is doing that. The word settles you into the truth that it cannot be removed. Now watch something in a while. Yes, brother.
Yes, brother, so you're perfectly right. Yesterday, I wanted to do wrong, something very wrong. And it's like I was so bemused, and I was like, torn from, one decision, should I not? And then the truth, Romans 6, verse 12, and the next truth just rested on the surface of my mind. And I said, you know what? I am not going to do it. And this is I made up my mind and said I'm not going to do it. Our spirit just came over me and I felt so contented, ease, and felt so relaxed.
Amen, brother. Alright, so Psalm 48 now. I delight to do what? Thy will, O my God. Yea, thy what? Law is there within my heart. So the word of God plant the truth in your mind over and over. What is it planted in there for? For you to be able to obey. Amen? Amen? And that you come to love that truth. Therefore you love to do the what? The will of God. But notice it planting that truth there that you could obey. Is that not so? So if the word of God planted itself in your mind that you could obey, obeying is keeping the commandments. What do you say? So the word of God is planting the law where? In your heart. Or the Bible put it, writing it where? In your heart. Amen? So that you would delight to do His will. You see, so notice it says the law is in my heart. But you see, sanctification is also always to maintain what? Sin-freeness. Amen? Amen? You maintain by development and you maintain by denying wrong. Amen. And that's what the law is in your heart for you to do. Psalm 37. 31.
When you read this text, right?
Yeah.
You read text, you read in Hebrew, when you in covenant.
Yeah.
And look at the same covenant
In the Old Testament.
in the Old Testament.
That's why the word new just means restated. So 37. 30 and 31. Have you found it? What's sin-freeness? What's sin-freeness here? You read. The mouth of the righteous. So the person is already what? Righteous. Speaketh what? Wisdom, which is the word of God, coupled with action. And his tongue talketh of what? Judgment, which is a proper discernment of right and wrong. What does it say? The law of his God is where? And what does it say? None of his steps shall slide. Your steps sliding is backsliding. So the law keeps you from what? Backsliding. So the law keeps you what? Sin-free. In your heart. That is sanctification, right in your own heart. So the work of recreating that started continues in us being created. You must remember, we are a new creation, but not a completed creation. We are still being recreated. That's why I always beg you, brethren, stop interfering with the work of recreation that is going on in your life. Stop interfering with the work of God recreating you. You can't make yourself better. You see the difference is, watch me, what happened with Adam in the garden is happening again now. Actually, literally. But God just starts in the heart first, and then the body after. Is that understood? He starts in the mind what? First, and then the body what? After. That's what he does. So if he starts in the mind first, what the recreation is going on with the man. When Adam was on the ground and God made the body first, and then he began to accumulate truths in the mind by the Holy Spirit, planted in his brain cells. So when Adam got up now, he saw his creator, he saw animals. God did not train him what is an animal. He just bring the animal and he could have named them. But the name of each of those animals glorified God. So you see, accumulation of truth in the mind and that body, when it was a body created there on the ground, the accumulated truth in the mind, then breathe the breath of life, he came up. The only difference now is we have a body already, but a wrong body, a bad body. So if you say, Lord, I repent of my sins, you say, okay, I'll start to recreate you. What will I do? I will give my law into your heart to the truth. Amen. And then I will accumulate truth in your mind to keep you that way until you learn it. Amen. While you have your old body. So the actual work that took place on Adam in the Garden of Eden is going on with us now when we repent and believe. The only difference is he starts with the mind first. He wouldn't give you a new body with a carnal mind. So you have to start with the mind what? First. That's why David didn't say, renew in me a right body, but create in me a what? Okay? Next chapter.
Jeremiah 31, 32.
Yes, I have it there. And the new government. Amen. Amen. And amen. And amen. So what does this chart show us? We didn't get a chance to touch it. But let me just give a brief reference to what this chart is telling us here. Why does the seventh-day Sabbath matter for us? Why does the seventh-day Sabbath matter for us? It matters for us because the Bible calls it what? Yahweh's day. My what? Holy day. It matters for us because Jesus is Yahweh of the Sabbath. It matters for us because God rested upon the Sabbath. That's why it matters for us. That's why we can never give in to another day which is a breach of the Sabbath. We can never do that. Why? Because to us the seventh-day Sabbath matters. Why? Because it is Yahweh's day. I was in the spirit on Yahweh's day. He calls it my holy day. In Isaiah 15. And Jesus said, that's right. And Jesus said, the Son of Man is Yahweh of the Sabbath. That's the reason why we cannot value another day. That's why the Sabbath only matters. Black lives matters here, that one. Because if the Sabbath only matters, then all lives what? Matters.
Yeah, that was a nice text. The text was
the Sabbath they need, huh?
That's a nice text to put at the Sabbath instead of justification. I was in the spirit of the Sabbath.
That's right. God rested upon the what? Sabbath. If Yahweh himself does it as an example for us, why should we do different? If he wanted us to rest on Sunday, you know what he would have done? Come down and do it and show us. And find a reason to do it. But there's no reason to do it. That's why when I hope there's an evangelical keep Sunday. Eat bread, drink wine, and go to a church meeting and that. And that's all. But the Sabbath day we keep, every moment you must be set free. Amen, brother?
And the end product, remember Jesus gave a promise. The hour of temptation that is coming upon the world, which has to do with the breaking of the everlasting covenant. He says, because you have kept the word of my patience, I will keep you from the hour of temptation.
That's right. Next shot. So we didn't look at this one here, but this one comes to what they are telling us here. Recreation, which is the same as creation. What is happening? Mind first. And then what? Body after. When the Bible tells us God will give us a new body. You know the scriptures, okay? So since the Bible tells you that, stop interfering with the mind first work. And you notice the devil smarter. Every time he interferes in the body, it's to get to the mind. All the deceptions in the world is to get into the mind. Because you know the mind first is being worked upon. And this is the reason why God is recreating your mind, stop allowing that to be interfered with. Is that understood? Stop allowing that to be interfered with. Mind first. Yes, brother.
They say this statement, you can see the truth in it. When Satan attacked Job, attack the body first.
That's right.
Then you come and attack the man. When you attack the body, take it to the man.
Take it to the man, that's right.
Could you give us a few common examples how one could interfere with work?
Interfere with work in the mind first, that's right. The work of recreating the mind is through concepts being given here to create a new mind or new man or new spirit. Let's look at Ephesians chapter 4. 22 to 24. Let me write over scriptures here for you all quickly. Let's put it here. Ephesians 4, 22 to 24. Colossians 3, 9 and 10. Matthew 2nd Corinthians 4:16. Okay, watch these scriptures. Important for you to understand. All this is sanctification. Watch these scriptures. Justification, sanctification. Two of them. Watch. Let's look at justification, sanctification. In Ephesians 4, 22 to 24. Look at it as a recreation. Is it found? We read from verse 22. That you put off concerning the former behavior, that is the Greek text, the old man which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the what? Spirit of your mind. Now the word spirit means experience. So God is saying the renewal must take place in what? Experience in the mind. It is a new experience He wants to give to you. Notice this. What did He just say? And be renewed where? In the what? Experience of your mind. And that you put on the new man, which after God is what? Created in what? Righteousness and what else? True God holiness. That's right, true holiness. So we are actually being told that the recreation that is taking place is God giving you a new experience. And this new experience is created with righteousness, so you have an experience with the divine nature in it, and the divine nature alone, or righteousness and true what? God holiness. That is what is taking place in your mind. Now if that is taking place in your mind, how could you interfere with that? Let's just see how this creation is taking place in your mind. And then you will see how you can interfere with it. Next verse. Colossians 3, 9 and 10. Next verse. Colossians 3, 9 and 10. What does it tell us here? Lie not one to another, saying that you have what? Put off the old man with his deeds. And have what? Put on the new man, which is what? Renewed in what? After the image of him that what? Created it. So the renewal takes place with what? Knowledge. So it needs to say, that is interfered with when the devil interferes with the knowledge getting into your mind. That's why you shouldn't allow your mind to be deceived by things taking place in the environment. That is the reason why you don't listen to CNN and them to make you act bad. They're lying organizations, total liars, fake news. Don't lie, don't even allow people in the environment to lie to you, to fool you. Some men come to women and always promise heaven. And they present it so nice, but you have to transgress somewhere. It's presented so nice, but you have to transgress somewhere. And the transgression is presented as the means to utopia. But you see, the presentation of that knowledge is error. Because the knowledge leads to transgression. Now if the knowledge leads to transgression, it means they interfere with your recreation. And it's you to let them by saying yes. Is that understood? Or men deceive men too. And women deceive men too. Because all sinners matter. Not just male or female. All of them are sinners. So the point about it is, the knowledge that is supposed to be changing you, they interfere with it. First thing, you stop studying your Bible. Or, you study your Bible to find a point which you know is against the truth. Like happened here recently. You interfere with your sanctification. You interfere with the change that takes place in you. The knowledge that comes to you to plant the law of God in your mind, you're allowing false knowledge to remove it. And this is why we ask you not to allow false knowledge to remove it. When the truth comes, don't let somebody come and Satan always try different ways. He say, lie about the people who give the truth first. Say rumors about them. But he knows the aim of the rumor is for you not to listen. Because who is the person thing? They lie, they say things probably about me and about others, but who am I to you? I am by myself, you are by yourself. The aim is not really me. The aim is for you not to listen. Because if you listen, you might change. And he doesn't want that. If you listen, you will get sanctification. And he doesn't want that. So they come and they lie to you. Or they bring some kind of rumor. And then when it doesn't work, then they now start to threaten you with some kind of force. Using fear of your life to make a change. Away from the truth. And then it doesn't work. If they are given a chance, they will slay you instantly. So you see, the aim is always to stop the development taking place in your mind. The growth of knowledge where? In your mind. Notice it says it is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that what? Created it. So God already create and is renewing this man over and over in knowledge. Don't let anything interfere with the knowledge. Don't let them lie to you. Don't let them come and present something to you to make you get yourself into. When you get yourself into it, you find yourself in transgression. Sometimes it may appear very nice. Coming to you, Sister Father, right? Sometimes it may appear very nice. It may appear very stimulating. What fools people is stimulative things. It appears to please the feelings. Now, nobody is saying it doesn't gratify the feelings. But you must remember, not all gratified feelings are right. Is that understood? Yes. Not all gratified feelings are right. Often gratified feelings are wrong. Often. So they always come to gratify the feeling, but you must transgress through it. Once that is the case, wrong. Amen? And that's how the devil comes. But if you want to study what gratification is, it's easy, you know. If you want to study what it is just a feeling in your own body. I often tell people, watch me, listen, this is a person, this is the feeling, oh, that feeling is so pleasurable. They will give up truth for it. Where is the feeling? In your own body. It's not in the person and you receiving it. The feeling is here. In your own body. You're letting the devil use your own body against you. You're making yourself become a victim of your own body. Is that understood? Yes. And that's the reason why wake up. Wake up, because why do you think you're getting something nice out here? Listen, a demon can make you feel good to a whole. It's a demon. So the point about it is, do not let your own self be fooled by what takes place in your own body. Amen, brother? Amen. Amen, brother? Amen. Stop and think about that a lot. But I don't want to go into much into that now. Next shot. Sister. Oh, one more text out there. 2 Corinthians 4:16, right? Colossians 3:10. Sorry?
Colossians 3:10. Workman have put on a new man. The emphasis is on new only, not man per se.
Yeah, what you put on the new. New experience, new man, whatever. And then it says, which is renewed. So you have a new man. But it's being renewed daily with the knowledge of God. Who created him, the new man? In you. That shows you, sister, it's a recreation, and the creation is being maintained by knowledge. The truths of the Bible, the faith of Jesus Christ, the character of Christ. That's what's maintained in that new man. That's the reason why you must study the Bible. Show me somebody who refused to study the Bible, and I'll show you a person who is interfering with the new man. Interfering with their recreation. Okay, let's just look at this one scripture and then we go to this. What? 2 Corinthians 4:16. Watch this now. 2 Corinthians 4:16. This one should show you what we're talking about. Mind first, body after. Amen? Yes. Notice what it tells us. For which cause we faint not. But though our outward man perish, that means your physical body is dying every day. It's getting old, it's getting arthritis, high blood pressure, diseases, and so on. It's breaking down. It says here, for which cause we faint not, but though our old man, outward man, what? Perish, yet the what? Inward man is what? Renewed what? Day by day, which is with knowledge. The truths of the plan of salvation. Is that understood? So that's the reason why you have to understand. Mind first and then what? Body after. Do not let that work that is taking place in your mind be interfered with. Sometimes as a Christian you can discern clearly when the work going on in your mind is interfered with. You see the coldness coming. You see the withdrawal coming. You see the loss of interest in the eyes. You see the rejoicing going. You see the cold criticism that makes the eye get narrow. You understand? You see the tight lips of resistance. And there are other things you can see. All this outward manifestation shows that the work of recreating in mind has stopped. Is that understood? And that is what you must not allow to happen to you. Much more so now. Let me tell you something. I probably am talking too much. Last week, 2 weeks ago, scientists discovered 91 volcanoes. How much? 91 volcanoes all together as one. A field of volcanoes under the South Pole, all erupting, heating up the ocean. All that is part of global warming. 91 volcanoes, a field of volcanoes they found. They found a whole set also under Iceland, a whole set under Greenland, So much that you walk on the ice in Greenland, so, and you see the water boiling in certain ways, and steam coming up and water running. Go deep, deep down below, volcano way down below the ice, erupting right there, and you standing up right there. You see changes are taking place, and those changes are bringing about the end. Do you know what happened in Poland last week? An area, let us say like North Trinidad. All of a sudden, a Russian mighty wind just blew in that area. Hundreds of thousands of trees will break down. The wind just come and break off the top of the trees and kill 10 people. And they just disappear like that. So the wind just comes, just disappear. Never happened on the earth before. You see all these strange things. Some freak storm they say came in south and go off some moves. We didn't really get child's play. And everybody want the government to do everything. One of them want the government, they want to put sandbags in front of their house for the water not to come in. Everybody want the government to do everything. Or some freak wind blow, just take off roof and they all say they have no place to stay. One HTC, say, think HTC will leave your house now? If the roof was on and it blow off, what you could do? Put it back up. One woman went and she herself put on a roof for herself alone. What do you say? I said, amen to it. What do you say? That's what I'm saying, women, you have to learn to do things for yourself. Because some women, it is true that men are supposed to shield you and help you as much as they can. But some men exploit for that. It's costly. And the costliness makes you lose yourself also. So that's why I have to learn to do things for yourself also. What do you say? Amen. Learn to do things, because few men usually look, few men have an interpretation of themselves as a woman's protector genuinely. Few men have that genuinely. Very few. Some of them wait 22 years for wrong. Some of them 22 years they are wrong, and as long as they wanted 22 years. They won't believe you have so much snakes all around you. It's like a government waiting to overthrow it. So that's the reason why you have to be strong. So now quickly, let's go to this here. Quickly. This chart shows us no God's what? Matters. Why? They are all what? False. They are all what? Idols. They were made what? By man. They what? Cannot create. They cannot what? Do works like God. And they will what? All perish. So anybody come with Allah, Krishna and so on, hey. All gods, right? All gods cannot be good. Because they are gods, amen? Yeah. So it's better you say what? No gods what? You take the phrase and you use it in the right way. What do you say? Yes.
Why is that to take God's name and pluralize it, and you get gods? And it makes sense, you can't attribute that to a sticker stone. That already started singular.
Right? But the 7th day Sabbath is shown to be the sign of Yahweh in different ways. Let me just show you a couple more. Let me just give you one more scripture to show that. Look at Leviticus 19:30. Leviticus 19:30. Watch this scripture. Is it found? Just give me one here. Notice how it is presented. Ye shall what? Keep my Sabbath and what? Reverence my sanctuary. I am Yahweh. What did he say? Keep my Sabbath, reverence my sanctuary. I am Yahweh. You're supposed to think, who is the one saying, keep my what? Sabbath and reverence my what? Sanctuary. He says who? He says what? I am Yahweh. So immediately when you hear I Yahweh, it means that is, he said my Sabbath. So it is the Sabbath of what? I Yahweh. So that clearly shows that the Sabbath is a sign of who? Yahweh. And why did he say reverence the sanctuary? Because when you look at the whole sanctuary symbolism, who are you supposed to see? I Yahweh. Is that understood? So that clearly shows that the seventh-day Sabbath is the sign of whom? Yahweh. Now notice when they say no God matters, they are all false. Right? We have, let me give you a scripture here. Psalms 96, 4 and 5. Psalms 96, 4 and 5. Let me just give you that one here. It says this. For Yahweh is great and greatly to be praised. Did you see that? That's what we say Yahweh can do, right? Yes. He is to be feared above what? All gods. Why? For all the gods of the nations are what? Idols. But what? Yahweh made the heavens. You can see that clearly. Now they are figments of men's imagination. Remember, God gave Ezekiel a vision of all the idols of Israel on the wall. And then he tells them, Son of man, do you see what they do in the chambers of their imagery? So in other words, gods are created by the figment of people's what? Imagination and false God. There's no blue God with a serpent on him. Certainly not a monkey flying with a mountain in his hand. And certainly not a woman with 6 hands. Who the scripture says changes men all the time. That's what the scripture says about her. That is no example for any woman. Lakshmi. So all those are figments of people's imagination. They were made by man, right? They cannot create, right? They cannot do works like God, right? They are all idols, they are all false, and they will all perish. Watch this. Let's see what they are made up of. Let's see if we can find the materials and constitutions of make-up gods. Look at Daniel chapter 4. Chapter 5, sorry, and verse 4. Daniel chapter 5 and verse 4. Let's see if we find what gods are composed of. Daniel chapter 5 and verse 4. Let's see if we can find what they're made up of. Is it found? Verse 4. They drank wine and praised the gods of what? Gold. What else? Silver. What else? Brass. What else? Iron. What else? Wood. What else? Stone. And of course clay. That's what they are made up of. That's all those gods are made up of. So they are not true gods. Amen, baby? Amen? That's why I was in a Hindu store in the South, looking for a Hindu book. And the man there had one of the Shiva idols there. You know? And I asked him about the book, and he said, no, and as he turned on, he bounced God by mistake. And God fell to the ground in pieces, made out of clay. You see that? You understand that? So that clearly shows you these are not gods. What do you say? I know they will say they are representative of gods, but let's look at the next chart. Classification of false gods. All the false gods fit into this classification. Lucifer, any creature, all idols, Mary, Buddha, Baal, energy, force, nature, Ensof, Shiva, Lakshmi, Krishna, all Hindu gods, Allah, the Pope, they are all gods. And then when they say no gods matters, they're talking about them. If you put oil in this, that is the goddess Diana from which they got married. Goddess Diana. This is also Lakshmi. In Hindu form is Lakshmi. Right? Now you want to look at how they shall all perish. They shall all perish. Right? Jeremiah chapter 10. Verse 11, 14 and 15. Verse 11, 14 and 15. 10, 11, 14 and 15. Here's what the Bible tells us about that. Classification of four words. Let's see what the Bible tells you about that. Jeremiah 10, 11, 14 and 15. Now you have your Bible, you can read the whole chapter if you want. But we just read certain parts here, right? But Yahweh is the true God. He is the what? Living God. Remember, gold is not alive. Neither silver, neither brass, neither iron. I hope you're listening to something here. Gold. The head of gold. Silver. Brass. Iron. Are you seeing something in Daniel 2? Yes. In other words, the gods of all the nations. They just matter. They just matter. This morning they all were talking about creation, and they say those things will matter. That's all they have matter, and matter can be destroyed. Alright, okay?
Like in that scripture, the word nations are idols, and now when people idol is calculated the devils or demons. That's awesome.
Yes, behind are already devils or demons. But let's spell idol. I-D-O-L-S. What does it say? What does it say?
They glorify objects of lawlessness and senseless.
What does it mean?
Idolizing.
Idolizing, go ahead. Glorifying, what else? Objects of what? Lawlessness and what? And sin. That's what that's going to say. But then evil angels is matter. By the way, evil angels is matter. You're made of matter too. And they will burn too. So let's read. We go on. Jeremiah, again, please. Verse 11, 14 and 15. Alright? We go on. Now let's just read from verse 10. But Yahweh is a true God. He is a living God and an everlasting King. At his wrath, the earth shall what? Tremble. And the nation shall not be able to abide his what? Indignation. That is holy wrath. Thus, let's go to verse 11. Thus shall we say unto them, the gods that have not made the heavens and the earth, even they shall what? Perish from the earth and from what? Under these heavens. They didn't create, they shall what? Perish. They only matter. Now go to verse 15. They are what? Vanity. And what else? The work of errors. Go ahead. In the time of their work, visitation, they shall what? Perish. So that's why all these classifications of gods, they shall what? Perish. So no gods matters. Amen? Because they shall all what? Perish. Next chapter.
No God matters.
No gods matters. Exactly. So what this one shows us? That's why only God what? Matters. Why? Because he is what? He what? Rules the universe. He is what? The only Savior. His name is what? He is what? God alone. And they are what? No gods with him. And his eternal side is what? Separation. So therefore only God matters. Amen? So somebody come and tell you, the government say this and you're not following the government? Look, the government tell you in California they draft a new law this week. In California. So those of you who want to visit California, here's the new law they drafted. If a woman wants to call herself they, she's an individual, but she wants to call herself they. And if a person says, don't call me she, a woman says, don't call me she, a man says, don't call me he. they pass a law, if you call them that, they will jail you for a year. They write a law. They will jail you for a year. So you will go in jail for a year because you call a woman she, and she didn't want you to call her she. Or you call a man he, and he didn't want you to call him he. You imagine that you see a man and you say, look, a man, they say, excuse me, what did you call me? You see a man. Why are you practicing sexual stereotyping, gender stereotyping? What is that? I am not a man, I am gender fluid. What is that? What do you know? But today I'm a 6-year-old baby. And you're walking around the streets up, and he pulls out his milk bottle from his pocket. And he said, but I know you. You have 5 children, you're a woman. You're a man. He says, I disdain what you tell me about that. I am a 6-year-old Chinese girl. And you said, brother, you can live your own delusions, but don't force me to live yours for you. Amen. But somebody film you on a phone telling the man that, and the fella going to the police. For sure they're arresting you, not the man, and they're taking you to court, and they're jailing you for a year.
And what's the charge?
Being bias against gender.
Refusing to be delusional?
I love what you said. Yeah. Male clothes. Excuse me. The clothes does not say it is male. Because the women pants too. But okay. When you have Kanye West wearing skirt, P. Diddy wearing skirt, all of them wearing skirt, they will tell you, no brother, it doesn't matter. But we are saying, listen, you can say what you want to say. We will follow God. Because as far as we are concerned, what?
Only God matters.
That's right. Jail or no jail? Only God matters. And I'm going to show you all of this about it. Okay? I just want to give you one scripture here. Right? One scripture here that is important. Just for you to look at right now. Just one scripture. Psalms 47. 2, 7, and 8. Psalms 47, 2, 7, and 8. And then one more after this, and then we stop. Psalms 47, verse 2, verse 7, and verse 8. This is why only God matters for us. Amen? Amen. Verse 2. For Yahweh Most High is what? Terrible. He is what? A great king over how much? So he was in California also. That's why for us only God what? Matters. Let's go on again. Verse 7 and verse 8. We quote, for God is the king of what? All the earth. Sing ye praises with what? Understanding. Understanding of that. Verse 8. God reigning over the heathen. God what? Sitteth upon the throne of his what? Holiness. That's the reason why to us, only what? God matters. So they can say what they want to say. Next shot. Yes.
And just to add one more scripture to that, Isaiah 33 and verse 22 to show why only God matters. For Yahweh is our judge. So that's why even if they decide to send us to jail or whatever, or they try to kill us, Yahweh is still the judge. Right? And he is the one that will decide our cases. Yahweh is our lawgiver. He gives the law, and he is the lawgiver. And thus he is Yahweh of Sabbath. Yahweh is our King, and He's the one that will save us. So, amen. Only God matters.
Amen. And finally, all sinners matters to God. Why? Because all races were created by God. Because Christ died for all. God calls what? All races. Salvation is for all. And we are what? All one in Christ Jesus. Therefore what? All lives matter. Hit them that. So when they go and tell them Black Lives Matter, tell them this. Amen? That was so let's just look at two here. Let's look at the first one and the last one here. All races created by God. Malachi 2:10. Malachi 2:10. Have you found it? Malachi chapter 2 verse 10. Help your neighbor to find it if they do not know yet. It says this. Verse 10. Have we not all what? One Father. Come on. Have we not all what? One Father. Did you see that, my dear brethren? Yes. Have we not all what? One Father. Have not what? One God created us. Did you see that? Yes. All races created by God. What did he say? Yes. Therefore all lives matter. Let me give you one. One more in that. Acts 17. Yes. Verse 26. Acts 17 verse 26. Verse 26. Read it now. It says this. And hath made of one blood what? All nations of men to dwell on all the face of the earth, and hath determined the times before appointed and the bounds of their what? Habitation. Do you know God calls all races too? I didn't want to miss that one in. Look at verse 30. And the times of this ignorance God bring out. But now commanded he what? All men what? Everywhere what? To repent. He calls all races too. All races too. That's why all sinners matters to God, or else he wouldn't call all. Amen? Sinner not yet been made by God. Amen? So all are created by God. He calls all races. And of course, the lovely text. We're all fun in Christ Jesus. But remember the gospel in that he died for all. So Christ died for all. So now let's look at all one in Christ Jesus in Galatians chapter 3. 26 to 29. 26 to 29. Is this on? 26 to 29. Galatians 3. For you are all the children of God through the faith in Jesus Christ. Now your text says true faith in Christ Jesus. But whenever people say true faith, they say true believing. But if you know the Greek text has the verb, the definite article there, you can't say true believing. So that shows the faith cannot be what? Believing. Because else they wasn't going to put verb in front of it. You understand? Yeah. But the Greek text says, for you are all what? For you are all what? Children of God by the faith in Christ Jesus. So the faith is what makes us what? Children of God. All children of God. Is that understood? That clearly shows you that faith is not what? Believing. Now, let's go on. We continue. For as many of you as have been what? Baptized into Christ have what? Put on Christ. There is neither what? Jew nor what? Greek, Now Greek is used for all other races. Jew for one, Greek is used for generally all other races. There's neither Jew nor Greek. There's neither bond nor free. There's neither what? Male nor female. For you're all what? One in Christ Jesus. And if you belong to Christ, then are you what? Abraham's seed. And therefore what? Heirs according to the promise. So I love this scripture. One in Christ Jesus. You're all one. So black, white, Chinese, Indian, Latino, whatever. All of us together are one in what? Christ Jesus. So that is why in the Bible, what? All lives matter. Amen, brother? So you can use this to deal with them because these nonsense people are down here in Trinidad already. With their false teachings and so on. Yes, all of that is spreading. No, Black Lives Matters and all sorts of nonsense. As far as the Bible is concerned, according to God, what? All lives matter. This is the reason why we must remember, since all sinners matter to God, because all races were created by God, because Christ died for all, because God calls all races, because salvation is for all. Did the Bible not say, for God so loved the world? That's not whites only. That's not blacks only. Because the world doesn't only have one race in it. That what? And he gave his what? Only begotten Son. That what? Whosoever. That is any race. Did you see that? Right? Believe it in it. Might not perish, but have eternal life. So Christ made salvation available for what? For all. So we're all one in Christ Jesus. So all lives matter. So in closing, this is true because the seventh-day Sabbath matters. Amen, brethren? The seventh-day Sabbath matters because, according to your Bible, the seventh-day Sabbath matters because, according to your Bible, it is Yahweh's day. What do you say? Amen. He rested on that day. What do you say, my dear brother? Amen. Not just only did he rest on that day, but that day is the sign of justification, sanctification, and of the true God. What do you say? Amen. Jesus is Yahweh of the world. Sabbath. So the seventh-day Sabbath matters. Amen. So when they come and tell you, keep the first day, you say, no. The seventh-day what? Sabbath matters. And since God created everybody, therefore from that what? All life matters. Amen, brother? And since God is the only true creator, then it follows. No gods what? Matters. And since God is the only creator, then God only what? Matters. Only God matters. Remember that, right? Amen. Sister, go ahead. Thank you.
I just want to show that the Sabbath is the only thing that matters because all creation are commanded to keep that 7-day Sabbath, right? So I just quote Exodus chapter 20 and I read it from verse 8. It tells us, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shall thou labor and do all thy work. So it takes you back to Genesis. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of Yahweh God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor the cattle. So even your animals that you have, they have to be in subjection to the 7-day Sabbath. And then it says, nor the stranger that is within your gates. So that includes everybody. It says, for in 6 days Yahweh made heaven, the earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. So we see the importance of the 7-day Sabbath showing Yahweh is creator. But to show so much so, how it is so important that only God matters because he matters, his sign, which is the 7-day Sabbath, must be kept by all. We are told in Isaiah chapter 66 verses 22 and 23, and it says, for as the new heavens and the new earth which I will make, Yahweh creator, shall remain before me, saith Yahweh, so shall your seed and your name remain. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh, not some, all flesh, all races, every day, shall creature which is in heaven and on the earth and under the earth. But the 7-day Sabbath showed that everything that he created above the earth, underneath the earth, we are told what they will do. Every creature which is in heaven and on the earth and under the earth and such as are in the sea and all that are in them, heard I say, blessing and honor and glory and power be unto him that sitteth upon the throne and unto the Lamb forever and ever. And the 4 beasts said amen, and the 420 elders fell down and worshipped him, Yahweh God, which liveth forever and ever.
Amen. So again, and you see, right? The 7-day Sabbath shows all lives matter. Alright? Now let me just read this one more piece of news here for you. Charlottesville police came forward. There's the police coming forward and testifying on video footage. Right? Charlottesville police came forward. We were told to stand down to ignite race war. You hear what the police is saying? We were told to stand down to ignite race war. A Charlottesville police officer has come forward to express his outrage at being told to stand down by the city mayor. The city who? Mayor. During the violent clashes between protesters. Did you see that, my dear brethren? So we know one thing for sure. When I hear more racism being spoken about in this, and the media will try to carry it far, do not be fooled by the lie. Is that understood? Do not be fooled by the what? Lie. Finally, remember what God says. In the lake of fire will be found everyone that loveth and what? That includes CNN. Is that understood? Concocted news network. That includes them. So remember, let us be a people of truth, and as you look at the television for news, do not be fooled. Almost nothing they say is true. I have video footage in BBC at 9/11, the very day 9/11. The woman sitting down reading the news, and right where she's reading the news, you can see is a picture from America flashed on the BBC via the cameras. And guess what is in the background? Tower 7 of the World Trade Center. And she is saying it just fell 20 minutes ago, but look at it right behind me. When they recognize the mistake they made, they quickly move it off the scene. But guess what? People are really have it. Yes. 20 minutes ago, tower number 7 fell. But look at right behind you in the news while they're talking. They are liars. What are they? Liars. And push propaganda. They literally gave them that to read. Because while she is saying that, others are saying the same thing too. But look at the still standing. So I have footage showing you 6 news corporations commenting on an event, and in their comments, I will show you on television, don't worry about that. They're commenting on a news event in different places, and while they're commenting on the news event, 6 different corporations, all are using the same words. How is that possible? If TV6 sent a person out, and CNC3 sent a person out, and CTV sent a person out, and they say, and do they all say the same thing? But every one of them say the same thing. They give it to you and tell you, read it for the food. Remember one last thing they said? They said, we are the ones to interpret things for you, because we are the ones to determine how you think. That's what they said. They tell you, if you see an email open on the internet, they say, we alone could read that, breaking the law. Who do they think they are? They think everybody is stupid? But I'm saying this to you, my dear brethren, that you'll understand. Follow Jesus Christ. Okay, my dear brethren? Only God matters. So I can end by saying, since only God matters, long live the Reformation. In conclusion, my dear brethren, all this that was said here was meant to prepare your mind, and for you to get some personal interest in the truth, to do your personal search and personal research. Is that understood? Remember, nobody can feed it for you. Nobody can eat spiritual food for you. You must do it for yourself, and you must be willing and ready and want to do it. Amen? Amen. So may God help you to make the right decision. Remember, only God matters. What do you say? Amen. As far as God is concerned, all sinners what? Matters, because what? All life matters. Amen, brethren? Remember these important things. So let us have our closing prayer. Let us pray. Gracious, loving Father, thank you for what you have shown us today. Thank you for feeding us from your table. Thank you for blessing us with revealed truths of the plan of salvation. And thank you for strengthening our minds with these truths. May we walk in obedience to your commandments. May we follow what you have given us to follow. And may we be prepared for the end, which is swiftly coming. So help us in these matters, we ask of you. And help everyone here to be sincere in these matters. And to dedicate themselves to the right things, as you show them. These things we ask of you, Father, thanking you for hearing us and blessing us with sealing. Amen. Amen.